Testing. There you go. Turned on. Helps, doesn't it?
Experience podcast.
Welcome back. Episode 2.
This is episode 1.
Oh, sorry, episode 1 of the podcast.
All right.
I'm Ben.
And I'm JG. Welcome.
You're who?
That's my name. That's what they know me as.
I'm JG.
I'm JG the man. Anyway.
I thought you were Jaron, like Ja Rule.
No, not quite. Maybe. So, let's begin.
Right.
Take it away, Ben.
So let's have a look over the past weekend's results. We've had some interesting games take place, which are probably one of the best matches of the weekend, which was Denis Shapovalov versus Alex de Minaur.
That was
Give us your thoughts on that.
No, that was a game and a half. Literally, that's Shapovalov.
A game to love, I think.
He is incredible, man. Like, obviously, Alex de Minaur is brilliant as well. But I think the technique of Shapovalov is one of the best in tennis. As an upcoming player, the way he hits his backhand is very much Federer-esque. But probably, I don't know, arguably better, maybe.
After
it's so clean.
The first set, I thought he was going to breeze it, but fair play. ADM pulled out all the stops.
He is one to stay, isn't he? We saw him in the ATP Young Gen tournament, and he blew that away.
His form at the moment is incredible. I've not seen a player on hard court beating such big names he's been doing.
I think it's more special being in Australia as well. Being
That's
that it's
true.
Australian tournament, it's in his colours. He's always rocking he's very patriotic.
Yeah, he's very...
especially with what's going on in Australia at the moment, I think that's... It's brilliant to see, really.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone's really getting together about all of that, though, aren't they? It's nice to see, like, even Kyrgios, and everyone says how bad he is, but he's proper... he's pulling through it.
Sort of turned from the villain to the hero.
Yeah.
This
week. Everyone's following suit. Like, everyone's trying to do what they can.
I think...
And it's nice.
It shows that deep down he has a bit of a heart of gold.
Mate, it's like what they say in sport. In times of crisis, everyone always pulls together. That's why sport is one of the best things, possibly one of the best things there is.
And he's had a knock-on effect on other tennis players. I like to see some of the women putting out some tweets, just showing their support.
It is really good. Even some of them who can't hit aces, they're like, "Oh yeah, well, I'll just donate if I do a drop shot." Not that they can't hit the aces; it's just some of them they prefer their drop shots. Clearly,
I think Halep said that she was going to donate.
Yeah. No, most of them are, and it's brilliant because it is a terrible crisis what's going on at the moment. It's sad to see all the wildlife, people losing their homes. Honestly, it's tragic, but in times of a crisis, everyone pulls together. That's what I like to see. And I think ADM is kind of the face of it all, really, because he is Australia's one of Australia's finest hopes.
Taken over from Kyrgios. See what happens, Nick, when you what happens when you apply yourself?
Nah, Nick has got all the ability, but as we know, Nick is a bit of he's a different level in terms of his mind.
We all love Kyrgios. Just
if he puts himself to it, he's a brilliant player. But at the end of the day, his mind's something else.
But he's a character in the sport, and that's why we love him.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see. Yeah,
I mean, he can be a bit contentious, but
mate, it makes it fun. People will want to watch his games.
That's the main thing, and but after seeing him at Wimbledon, he can take sets off Rafa. He can probably beat them on his day.
Yeah. No one can say tennis is a boring sport with the likes of the new generation coming through.
I think all that tennis is probably missing, that some other sports have, is having somebody at the top of the game who is maybe like in the top 4 who would probably be more arrogant, and because everybody is a little bit they're very well spoken, they're very everybody loves Rafa, everybody loves Federer, everybody Murray was a little bit.
I think Djokovic does play that figure sometimes. There's a lot of crowds where especially in America, he gets booed every match. He gets booed.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a horrible... Because in every interview...
No, he's not a horrible person, but he does play to the crowd in terms of the fact that he's always cupping his ears. I've seen all that. So Medvedev does a similar sort of tactic.
Yeah, but I'm saying what you're missing... Say you need somebody like the Conor McGregor of the tennis world.
Right.
Somebody like, if there was somebody with Rafael Nadal's skill level that just before the match against Federer went, I'm going to wipe you off the court. Like you ain't, like you're not going to be, you're going to be playing tennis again for another like 12 months after I've played you. You're going to be crying in the locker room. Like,
yeah, but could you argue that tennis is a different sport altogether?
It is,
and you can't really be that level of arrogant. You won't make it to the top. I feel like you need to have an ounce of humbleness to carry yourself through and to keep your mind always wanting to win. And remain literally every day. These Federer, he's getting older now, but he's every day training, working hard.
Maybe that's but
that is the
not
key.
To say that those other people don't, but they just play more mind games. There's not so many mind games played in tennis. It's just all on the court. It's all a mind game. The whole of tennis is.
It is a mind game. At the end of the day,
peaks
tennis
and troughs you go through in like the 2 hours, 3 hours you play. You don't need extra pressure on yourself. I think that's why there isn't people like that. But I would love to see it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would love it as well. It's always good to see a bit of a Benoit Paire smashing a racket off Fanini, shouting at someone in the crowd.
That's it. Well,
anyway.
should we have a look at some of the other...
Sorry, I think I went a bit off topic.
That's all right.
We'll go back to the results.
There's another guy, one of your favourites, which has been doing very
Which
well.
one?
Casper Ruud.
Ooh, the Rud.
Against, an up-and-down player in Fabio Fognini.
Oh, gosh. I wonder how much they paid him to lose that one. No.
Well, you never know with Fognini which one's going to turn up. That's why... Probably wise to steer clear of him or bet on the opponent if you're having a flutter.
Fognini is brilliant, but he is, I would say, like you say, extremely unreliable to start off with, and hard court is not really him. I've seen the way he moves on the court; it's just not the same. Even at Wimbledon this year, I saw him on the grass. Don't get me wrong, he's got the capability to pull out wonderful shots, but his body, he's just made for the clay court swing. Like the way his movement on a clay court is ridiculously good.
But I'm impressed by the way he's come on hard court though.
Yeah, but he can't compete, can he? Really?
No, not with the top people.
No, but even some of the lower ones, I don't think we would not see him win any kind of ATP tournament on hard or grass. Grass more so than hard, but I just don't see it happening. Just as his style of play, a type of like one of the Ruusuvuoris of this world, up and coming hard court players. I feel like they could beat him. It's just built for them.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree, but
yeah.
Maybe we should move on from him. He's just definitely a good prospect that's coming up through the ranks, though.
Hey, why don't you agree, though?
I think that he still has more. I think he's just learning his craft on hardcore. I think he was always.
He's like 40.
Not Fognini. I'm talking about Ruud.
Oh, I was talking about Fognini.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Fognini the whole time.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I thought you were speaking about Ruud. Yeah, I think Fognini can be beaten by anybody.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking
exactly.
about. Wait, when you I thought he's brilliant on clay. You thought I was talking about Fognini. You thought I was talking about Ruud.
He is brilliant. It's his best surface.
Yeah. But Fognini, that is his surface.
Yeah.
You take him off it, he struggles.
Oh, grass, he's not bad.
Oh, he's not. He's just not the same, man.
He beat Martin. We were there.
Yeah, that was a good
5-set thriller.
Oh, anyway, on to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next one. Another guy representing Great Britain who's doing great things this week. Evans, yeah. He smashed Goffin, straight sets.
Wow.
He's really pulling out all the stops at the moment, Evans.
No.
But he had a good result against...
I didn't see it coming. I really like Goffin. I like his movement on the court. He's so fast. He's like one of them typical sort of like smaller players who can just navigate his way around the court so well. And he's got quite a bit of power as well.
He started well against Dimitrov, but ultimately, I think the
his
Bulgarian
season's not really got started yet, has it? For little...
Who, Evans?
No, for
Goffin.
For Goffin. It's not really started off well for him.
Well, it's ended pretty well the last season, so...
Yeah, for sure.
What more can you...
props to Evans. Good for the GB. Come on, Great Britain.
Him, Kyle Edmund representing, whilst Murray.
Mate, he's so mundane, man.
Is Murray still?
No, he pulled out.
Has he pulled out again?
Yeah, he pulled out the tournament. It'd been nice to have seen him.
I know. But, I've been watching that documentary on his injury on Amazon.
What do you think of it?
It's quite sad, really.
No,
I feel a bit bad for him. I think everybody gives him too much stick for being this miserable. But I don't think he's miserable. I think that's just...
Mate, his personality doesn't help. It doesn't add to anything. If he showed a bit more...
people think I'm miserable, though. But I'm not.
You and him are a bit similar, though. You talk so very similar.
That's what I mean. People think I'm miserable a lot of the time, but I'm a pretty happy person. I have a laugh all the time. You see in
you fooled them.
See in the documentary that he actually does have a laugh. But and you've seen... Every final that he lost, he's so dedicated that he is quite an emotional guy in tennis. It's like that is his life.
Yeah.
If he gets injured, he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Yeah. No, it is sad.
And you just wonder how many more Grand Slams could he have won if he didn't have these injuries.
I think any sports star, at the end of the day, it's their life, it's their career. It's not even the financial element. This guy doesn't know anything else.
Yeah,
and
sad.
when you've been brought up in a family, we've obviously got Judy Murray, the brothers, everyone's playing.
And despite him slagging off England all those years, I mean, everybody still stuck by him. I know.
Oh, God.
Putting on that Croatia shirt.
Yeah, man, he's one of them.
But everybody, we still like to see him win.
He gave me good memories growing up.
Still enjoyed seeing him win that first Wimbledon.
Oh, that was spectacular. That really was.
And that first the Grand Slam against Djokovic as well. That's pretty impressive.
And Djokovic as well. It's not a mean feat, mate, to beat him in a Grand Slam final. Not many people can say they've done that. 2
Grand Slam finals.
Yeah.
Should we move away from? That was Evans we were touching on then.
Yeah, just one thing on the ATP Cup quickly while we're talking about it.
Go for it.
What do you make of? Well, I've got 2 questions actually. I'll start off. Who do you think is going to win? What nation? And secondly, what do you make of Japan's chances? Because for me, they was finalists in the Davis Cup. I don't know if you know that. They have a very strong team, and they can sneak under the radar. They've got some good players.
Nishikori's not playing though, is he?
Nishikori's not playing, no.
Sort of
hinders them massively, yeah. I think he was a big influence in the fact that they got to without him it is different, but this Nishioka and Hard,
it's amazing.
They seem to have a good team spirit anyway. From what I've seen, the teams are very close, and as you know, in a team sport it's important, not always the best players what win.
It's very true.
If you've got a good team spirit, a good around the camp, coaches, everyone's getting up for it, the fans are there.
And especially it's on hard court, which Nishioka, we were following him a lot of last season.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player.
Incredible player.
Yeah. He is a bulldog. He fights for every ball.
Yeah.
Positive, very positive on the court as well.
Faster, like similar to Nishikori in a way.
Yeah.
I think slightly more power in his shots.
Yeah, I'd say so. Nishikori is a bit more calculated.
Yeah, I think he's got a smoother game.
So who do you think is going to win? Where's your money at? Who would you go for?
There's part of me that wants to say Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a... Mate, honestly.
The way ADM's playing.
Yeah. And they've got... what's his name as well? He's quite good.
Kyrgios?
Yeah, Kyrgios, but not him. Who's the other
ADM.
one? The Millman?
Yeah, and isn't Thompson?
Yeah, Jordan Thompson. He's probably the weakest of the 4.
But still, if that's your weakest player...
Yeah,
you've got
exactly. It's not bad.
It's like Great Britain used to be.
Yeah.
We used to have Andy Murray, and then it used to be like world number 300 or something was the next best, but they've got to come on leaps and bounds.
We had Fred Perry, no?
Yeah, Andy Murray, Fred Perry.
Oh gosh.
Another result which was I don't know if it was surprising, but the way it was done, Tsitsipas versus Zverev. Zverev was sort of tipped to be the next big front runner. Tsitsipas sort of overtaken him now, would you say?
I think at that level you can just hit a bit of form, get a bit of luck in the game. It's very there's not much between them. Me personally, I would say Tsitsipas is the better player.
I think so.
And I think on their head-to-head, I think he's beaten him more times than Zverev's beaten him.
I think he's improved last year. I think Zverev's not gone backwards. I don't think he's improved any. I think he was ahead of Tsitsipas, but now I think Tsitsipas has just moved. Yeah, I think he's just moved past.
He is unreal. Top talent.
Yeah.
But as we know, like he's going to be up there again this year, challenging for the slams. You got him, Medvedev, they're in the chasing pack. Team, obviously, he's not won one yet.
I think
getting really close
between him and I think Tsitsipas, Medvedev, both of them could nick a hard court. Well, between them, they're the biggest challengers.
There's a few other Russians as well. You can't dismiss.
It's very true.
You can't dismiss
Rublev,
Karen Kachanov as well.
He doesn't really turn up in the slams though.
He can do though. His games. He's got
an incredible player, but I've
core power, man. Like he's got the capability to. But we'll just see if he progresses. And then obviously Berrettini, my favourite Italian.
Very true. Yeah.
Another one in that pack. And ADM, as much as he's very young, I think he's like 21 or something.
Yeah,
he's very young.
I think.
He's pushing now to be into that category. When I would say about a year ago, I just didn't see him as the same.
I think he
wasn't the same breadth of players as all that.
The end of last year, I think, just capped it off. I think now everyone knows his name.
Oh yeah, he's really made a name for himself. Yeah, good on him.
I wasn't too familiar with him at the start of last year. By the end of the year, yeah, he's a household name now. Mm-hmm. So good for him. Yeah. Well done.
Right, let's look at.
Let's go down to Doha. Your mate Davidovich Fokina.
Yeah, no, I've been digging him up.
Mikhail Ymer or Weimer?
Ymer.
Yeah, 3-set classic there.
Yeah, no, that was a good game. I actually watched a bit of that one.
Yeah.
It was a weekend, wasn't it? I think. Must have been Sunday.
That was on the... it was Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that. It was a good game. Fokina, it's hard to say. Very even. Very, very even. Fokina was edging it. I think he was up. He won the first set. Then the second set, he was up a break. Then he got pegged back. Then he was doing all right. And then I think he went to a tie break or he just nicked it, Weimar. But it was a very close game. He's another great player. Really is. Young player. Has he got the game yet? I think he's 23. Has he got the game to really bring it to the next level? I doubt it.
20.
20? What, Weimar?
No, Fokina.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Weimar.
Okay. One sec. I'll find out how old he is as well.
Yeah, no, he's young as well, Fokina. That's ridiculous.
He's 21. Yeah,
21.
So they're both
wow. He's younger than I expected.
They both went on pretty incredible runs.
Oh, they're both top players. Really are. So both in the top 100.
You can see, I mean, there's more. There's
a lot of green there.
Tons more wins there than there is.
It's always good when you see the green.
Yeah. And then Weimar had the massive run there. Don't know how many games that is, about 12 games straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely the step. I think he's just pushing his way more into the ATP. I think he's smashed. Well, he won 2 challenger events in a row last year, so that's where he's now solely focused on ATP. By the looks of it.
Yeah, although he's not my pick to win it.
Who is your pick to win? Yeah, he beat. Well, yeah, we saw that he beat Davidovich Fokina. Then next round, Arjaz Bedeni. He looks like he just came up a little bit short against him.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle it. Well, this is like just the main draw, and he looks like he's just a step above the challenger, but not quite at the ATP level yet. It seems. Chardy there, a good win.
Yeah,
for him.
He's probably. Is he my tip to win it? I don't know. Maybe not. I think I'm going to go for a bit of an outsider. I'm going to go for Kecmanovic to win it.
He's up against Joe Wilfred in the next round.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to stick with that.
Bit
of an massive outsider. Don't get me wrong. I just think I don't know. He's got a good game, good all-rounded game. I like watching him.
I think it's a very tough one to pick.
There's some really good players in it, actually.
Very, yeah. I don't know. I quite like the...
Who else is there? Read out some names.
There's Krajinovic, who's up against Edmund.
Yep.
We've got Tiafoe, who's playing Martin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We've got Rublev.
Rublev. Wow. Yeah. Gosh.
Kukushkin.
Maybe I might change my thing then if Rublev is in there.
I know. If I back him, he's going out.
He hasn't played yet then, so he must have got a bye to this round.
Yeah, he got a bye. He's got a bye to the what is it, the one before the quarterfinals.
Oh, round of 16.
Round of 16, yeah.
Okay, I'm changing it instantly on the spot. I'm
going
with the Russian.
Stan Wawrinka's in there as well, though.
I'll still go for the Russian.
Okay, I think...
Who are you edging towards?
If you have to push me... Probably... God, it's so tough. I'd probably go with... I reckon probably Stan would probably win it, to be honest. He's the top seed, but if I wasn't going to pick... Yeah, I know, boring.
Boring.
But if I wasn't going to pick I quite like Krajinovic. If he can get past Edmund, I think he stands a good chance.
Kraj, yeah.
I think stands a good... But Edmund's a funny one.
He's a brute, mate. He's a brute.
If his serve's going...
Yeah, he's good on hard as well. It's his surface.
I know, but he had that terrible spell where I predicted the run would come to an end, and it did.
Mate, you thought he was going to beat Djokovic?
Against Schwartzman, wasn't it?
What about you? You thought he was going to beat Djokovic that time?
Well, I think I just got a bit carried away, mate.
He was on the lager. He was on the lager.
Anyway,
that's Doha.
That's enough about that. But we'll come back, see how all of those get on a bit later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's have a look at some of the results that happened today. Like you were saying, Nishioka, player to look out for, has taken out Cuevas in his first match. Only lost one game.
Yeah, that was a
and
quick one.
Now brushed aside top 10 player? No, ex-top 10, Basiashvili.
Yeah.
Top 26 in the world. Just done him straight sets.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant. He really is. He's going to go far. Like I said, I love Japan. Viva Japan. Let's see what they can do.
Two of your favourites were playing as well. Dominic Thiem versus
the
Schwartzman.
What do you think of Thiem's new hair?
What's his new hair?
You not seen his new haircut?
No, I've not seen it.
Mate, it's beautiful. I might go for the same.
Let's have a look.
Nah, it's really good. I like it.
Thiem's new hair.
Is that actually a search?
Oh. It's gone for a...
Mate, he's getting a lot of hate online.
It's in the... What, is it this one?
That's the one, yeah.
He's gone with... it's like Eminem. The old style. Or is it with the blonde?
Yeah, it's with the blonde.
Oh, God. Oh, there we go.
More importantly, can I pull it off? No.
At least
moving on.
I'll be able to recognise him better on the court now. That's one positive thing to say about it. Reminds me
Mate, you'll recognise him on a clay court.
Was it one of the Euro Championships when all the Romanian players dyed their hair?
Oh, right, yeah. Was it Romania?
Yeah, it was.
No, that was funny, man. It's a bit like Aguero.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, moving on from Thiem's hair to...
He's also got quite a good backhand.
Very good backhand.
And a forehand.
And loves playing at home in Austria.
Yeah. Well, that was good. I like that tournament.
So
yeah, what happened there? He brushed past Schwartzman.
Oh, as we were speaking about Krajinovic and Edmund playing at the moment.
Oh, really?
Edmund already a break up, so there goes my pick.
Cut!
Yeah. Wawrinka, I said, didn't it?
You did say Wawrinka, yeah, I think. You're going to bore it.
That's it. But, yeah, if we move down to another tournament which is taking place today, which is it's a challenger tournament.
Yay, onto the challengers.
we like a good challenger.
So enough of the ATP, let's talk some challengers.
Yeah, so Ann Arbor in USA kicked off today.
Yeah.
Huge match, which stood out on the card from the start. Guy, which we discovered last year. Guy from France, Romain, and
so you're building me up. I'm waiting as well. I'm trying to get who you're talking about.
And another guy who was also came onto the radar last year.
Let me guess, Nakashima.
That's
it.
Brandon Nakashima.
Mate.
You heard the name here first.
Mate, they already know him.
Yeah, he's had some incredible results. Anyway, just to fill you in on some of his previous matches.
Show him the green.
Yeah, exactly. You can probably look down
green.
Just as recently as the end of last year, beat Taylor Fritz in straight sets, which is, well, pretty incredible. 31 in the world. This Nakashima's 364th in the world at the moment. This gives you an idea of how good this guy is on hardcourt.
Does it say what he was then?
No, it doesn't give you the... but I don't think it's been updated.
Oh, yeah. Well, they've not been playing. So.
Nah, well, it was only like about a week ago, so... I think if you go back down there, beat some other big hitters there. Glasspool, one of the...
Good old Lloyd, flying the flag. Murray's out, don't worry, we've got Glasspool.
Flying the challenger flags. We like Glasspool.
Who's Murray anyway? We've got the glass.
That's it.
Mate, I'm Italian anyway. I'm not even rocking.
Taro Daniel, he managed to... James Duckworth. These are more common names on the Challenger Tour who are quite up there, like Blanche, Chris Eubanks.
Yeah. He's a really good player.
What about
he's
Michael
Mamo?
Yeah, if that's how you pronounce it. Redlicki.
Yeah, but then how did he get on against Romain?
Tyson.
He beat Romain.
Yeah, well, today. Yeah, he played today. And, well, Romain, another person who's taken some scalps of some top 50, top 100 players last season.
I think he beat Krajinovic or something, didn't he?
I think you're right. Yeah, he beat Krajinovic. Let's see if you look down... Kekmanovic.
That's my one. That's my tip.
He managed to beat him. Yeah, so he beat him. And you can see he's like Stakovsky, Blackano. They're very up and coming. Safulian, Denis Novak.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's beaten.
He's good. Austrian.
He came close to beating, to taking a set off Tsonga, which was a very close match.
Anyway, two good hopefuls.
And then
a good match
comes out on top.
Nakashima, he's the one. He conquered him.
He's the one to watch. 6-2, 6-2, easy. What more can you say about that?
Mate, he's a top player, really is.
Just keep your eye out for him in the future. Like, he's going to be really taking the world by storm this year, we feel.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to get too hopeful.
Convinced.
No, I'm not going to get too hopeful yet, because I've seen players do this before and they just fall off.
I do. As soon as the clay court season
unfortunately,
hits.
it's sport and anything can happen. He has one little injury.
That's it. Well,
it's a bit of unluck.
Let's pray that he doesn't get injured then.
Yeah, but mate, anything's possible. Just wish him well, but we'll see what happens.
Negative. Stop sending Brandon negative vibes. We're sending positive vibes out. Stay healthy, Brandon.
Oh gosh.
Any others from this challenger that you want to speak about?
Fill me in with some names.
There's not that many others in this tournament. I think it was either like my pick to win the tournament. We had Glasspool versus McNally.
Yeah, no. Aside from that, not really much to talk about that one. We'll see how it goes. I see Nakashima potentially winning the tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
He's my tip to win it.
Definitely.
And if he is like we say, how good he is, he should. That's what he needs to be doing.
There was another,
because it's all good winning games. At the end of the day, he needs to be winning these.
Another person who was sort of on my radar a little bit was this. I don't know how to pronounce his name, Savadja, but he was doing okay at some point.
Mate, I don't know who he is.
I think I just keeping an eye because he's quite young. He's 17 at the moment, but I saw him play a game recently against a guy Richards,
Oh, yeah.
And he took a set off him, and he looked...
Keeping your eye on the 17-year-olds, eh, Ben? It's not the first time.
Mate, there's a lot of hot young talent out there.
Oh gosh, mate, we're gonna get bad. This is the first episode and the last.
So,
Game to Love is over.
So anyway, Zachary Savadja from the USA, yeah, maybe one to keep your eye on in the future. 17 years old, already playing in some challenges. So at 17, that's pretty big news. So keep your eye out for him. Even though he's falling short against some pretty good players. Lost to Torp guard 6'1", 6'2", but I reckon give him 2 or 3 years, he'll be up there.
Put a question to you right now. Who is the only player? It's not a quiz, but I'm just saying.
It sounds like a quiz.
Who is the only player to be world number 1 in 3 different decades?
Ooh. Are we going... Is this of all time, yeah?
Yeah, ever.
3 different decades. This must have only just become news, so it must be Rafa or something.
Yeah.
Because it's
Otherwise
only
it wouldn't be
just
news.
started this decade.
And he's number 1, so...
There you go.
Could have been women's. Didn't specify that.
The women's changes so often.
Serena could have been world number 1 in 3 decades, no?
Nah, how old?
Oh, I don't
old's
know.
Serena?
I'm not sure exactly, but
Check
I would
that
dismiss
out.
the fact that
Yeah.
she couldn't be. But in the men's game, anyway, it's Rafa Nadal. How impressive is that? And when he was asked
Yeah, but
about
Serena Williams, she used to take
Venus
such
was better.
They used to. They didn't. They only used to play the slams. They used to. The rest of the women started getting the arse because they would only play the slams each year, none of the tour, and they would win the slams, and they would be coming
they were
in.
good enough to do that.
Yeah, they were coming in ranks like 100 in the world, going right in the middle of the draw somewhere, and then just taking out everybody. They'd end up playing like the third seed in the first round and just knocking out whoever it was.
What's wrong with that?
Well, the third seed was pissed off. They couldn't get further in the tournament.
Mate, if they're not good enough, they're not good enough.
Well, yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, the best player wins, so you've got to play everyone in it. So
yeah, I think it's
the best player will always come out on top.
Probably more about the money element. I think the further you get in the tournament, the more money you get.
True.
So
anyway, Rafa Nadal, what do you think of that? It's impressive. When the interviewer told him about that, because he wasn't sure himself, he was like, what did he say exactly? He was like, that's not a good thing. That just means I'm old.
So it is true.
It's a funny clip.
How old is he though?
Rafa? Don't know.
He's
36.
Is he?
Mate, that's a guess. I don't know.
Let's have a look. Wikipedia, do your job. 33.
33.
So when was he world?
Didn't do him much.
When was he world what? So he was world number 1 in what year?
Mate,
Was
he must have been.
In what it was? So he was minus 20 years off his age. You're telling me Rafa was world number 1 in when he was 13.
Mate, that's what I saw.
Who's mugging you off?
Hey, I saw it today.
It must be in 2 decades. They must just be mugging you off.
Yeah, it must be 2 decades.
3 decades.
Wait. Where would I have got that from? You asked my phone.
No.
Can I look? No.
So yeah, is that yours?
Yeah.
Come on, have a look. Come on.
Mate, yeah, look.
That's the only thing that means that I am very old.
Told he was
Thanks
the
for that,
first
Rafa.
player to be world number 1 in 3 different decades. This was Rafa's response.
What? In 3 different decades. So if
The 07 O numbers, the 1 numbers, and the 2 numbers.
Oh, come on. Is that serious?
Yeah, of course it is.
my God.
So you mugged me off. I was right the whole time. You
My
can't
God.
do math.
There's been a whole portion of this podcast dedicated to finding out what 3 decades are.
Okay, we're not very good at maths, but we know our tennis.
Yeah. Don't ask what our day job is.
But it's just a brilliant achievement. I brought a brilliant stat to the podcast, and you're not happy with it.
No, I like it. It's a great
Exactly.
stat.
This is good to be talking
Thank-
about things like this. Da, 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 da. Everyone loves it.
What is that? The most consecutive weeks at number 1.
Yeah, it's Federer.
Yeah.
Sampras second, yeah.
Wow. Sampras. Djokovic.
Nadal could be taking it.
Mm.
Mate, if he wins... Say if he won the Australian Open, yeah?
It's weeks though, isn't it? Isn't this done in weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's 52 weeks. He's he's miles behind.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to. Yeah, no, that's a bit too much of a big arse.
Anyway, so what else do we have to discuss?
I've got another one. Shot of the decade.
Shot of the decade.
Shot of the decade. I
What
already
are the
know
nom-
what I
what are the
already know what it
nominations?
is.
What are the nominations?
Mate, there's only one winner. Actually, no, there's two. Both in doubles.
What, this titty pass one?
The titty pass is one.
Well, just because it goes round the side of the net.
Come on. How many players you see do that type of shot? It was ridiculous.
very good.
It was impressive. And the other one, this is going to be tricky for me to pull this off the top of my head. I think it's like, mate, it's going to be Croatia doubles or something. Literally, he spun round. I'll get the picture of him doing it. He spun round and literally hit this. He just did like 360 and managed to get it back. It was ridiculous. So that was in the ATP Cup. No, it was this year. You're not going to see it now.
What, it was last year?
No, it just happened.
What, just now?
Like 2 days ago or a
okay.
day ago.
What? And these are your best shots of all time?
No,
they just so
no,
happen
hold-
to have come in the
Wait,
last...
do you not hear?
What?
This is of the decade.
What's your best shots of the decade just happen to have come in the last 2 days?
You've been 6 days of the decade.
Oh, what, you mean of this decade?
Of this decade, the best shots of this decade.
What,
The
did we
decade's
start-
only been.
We're starting it
It's
already.
been 6 days long, the decade.
So we're starting this decade. I thought you were talking about last decade.
No, this decade.
Why would we be reviewing this decade? We're
Because
6
we're
days
in this
in.
decade, so we've got. I'm just talking.
Why
What
not
is the
go
best-
why not review like every other podcast? Review the last decade. Let's review the last 6 days of all of the amazing shots.
Because we're in 2020, it needs to be relevant. Let's have a look at the best shots of this decade and the best shots of this decade. One of them was Tsitsipas.
I'd like to apologise to the viewers
Mate, they want to see this.
for the review of the decade.
Mate, we're in 2020. Let's make it 2020 themed.
We will. We're reviewing everything that's happened this decade anyway. I know. Take a chill pill. Relax. But anyway,
Got his ears clogged up.
bloody hell.
Anyway,
What time is it?
let's go on to the taste of pear.
What was Per saying in his recent interview?
Oh, Pear, he's so funny. He is so funny.
He was. They asked him what the best part about getting out there early in Australia for the tennis
Oh,
was.
yeah, no, that was funny, actually.
And
What was the
then-
best part about going to Australia? What do you do in your off time when you're not playing tennis? And he was like, oh.
A lot of things. Girls here are very nice. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, nice one, Benoit.
Mate, his tennis has been matching it, though. He's been playing well. He's been
It's
winning
true.
games.
Well done, Benoit. We're always following your antics on the court.
Of course. He's another character.
Very familiar of his one. Was it recently when Titty Pass's laces kept breaking?
Oh, yeah. Was that Titty Pass?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
3 times in one match, wasn't it?
Mate, he had enough of that. He was getting so angry.
Took his own trainer break. Took his shoes off.
Threw his racket in the crowd.
He's a good character to have. I think him versus Kyrgios would probably be one of my matches I'd look forward
Match of
to.
the decade.
Yeah, I think so. I know. Maybe we should just have a look at some of the upcoming matches quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up tomorrow, what's your pick from tomorrow's matches?
Obviously, you can't ignore the fact that ADM's going to be playing Tsitsipas. That's going to be a brilliant
Wow.
game.
Yeah.
Goffin Dimitrov, another really good game. Depends if Dimitrov turns up. I'll go for an outsider there. I think Goffin will take that one. And then obviously Rad Medvedev. I think that's going to be too much of an ask. I see Medvedev not destroy him, but there'll be a close first set and then second set could destroy him.
Yeah.
John Isner Fonini. Mate, couldn't call it. not really a fan of the John Isner style.
I think Isner
But
might just. Beat
Isner
him.
could. He's
Fanini
favourite.
doesn't seem like he's bothered about this tournament at all.
Yeah, if he's not been in great form, to be honest.
Isner might just
He's got the capability to beat him.
whack down a few aces.
And then I see Dennis Novak beating Camille.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's some good matches there. Some exciting ones.
What
for
about
sure.
on Doha?
In
let's
Doha, you've also Kem's going to be playing
Quite an
again.
interesting match there. Badeni Bublik.
Yeah, I like the look of the whole TFO Fuchsovic. That's going to be that's the headline sort of. That'll be the first centre court.
I think TFO might beat him.
Yeah,
Has a bit more power.
yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't really want to admit it because I do like Fuchsovic, but I think TFO could pip that. It's good to see
Wawrinka
Kem
versus Chardy, mate. That's
Wow,
possibly
yeah.
that might be the tie of the round actually. After
Yeah.
Chardy beating Medvedev last year.
Well, let's just see, because Wawrinka last season did suffer with a few injuries. So whether they carry on into this season or not,
And he isn't getting any younger.
exactly, he's not getting any younger. And as you know, when you get older, it's a bit difficult, isn't it?
creeping in, don't they?
Yeah.
All the little niggles.
I know, you're always moaning about him every day. So
I know, mate. I don't even play tennis, and I'm feeling it. There's a bit of there's quite a lot of women's tennis going on. Brisbane and Auckland tomorrow.
What about Bouchard? She had a good game today.
What was the score?
She won in 2 sets, I believe, and it was a bit of an upset.
She was
Against
playing.
Flipkens.
Oh yeah, she was. You're right.
That was a 3.75 or 4s. It was good odds, I think. And
2.8.
2.8. Not as good as what I thought.
Still
But
a good.
no,
big
it's
ups.
very
She's
impressive.
your favourite, isn't she? Bit of Bouchard.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Bouchard. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Very good player.
Anyone
yeah, no,
else?
that's a bit of I don't know, to be honest.
See, Serena Williams is in action tomorrow.
Serena Williams. I think Sharapova's playing as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Sharapova, that's down in Brisbane though.
Yeah.
She's probably got that's probably the match that I'd have my eye on the most in.
Mate, it'll be interesting to see how Serena comes this season.
Quite interested in this other women's match, Vecic versus
Donna Vecic
versus Putin Saver. Wondering whether it might be worth taking a punt on Putin Saver. She's in form, but she's never beaten her.
Yeah, Vecic. I think she beat her at Wimbledon. I don't know if that's real.
Eastbourne.
Eastbourne, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was what's that tournament for, isn't it, usually, Wimbledon?
She's lost 4 in a row. If now's the best time. If you're going to have a chance of beating her, now's your chance. She's won 3 in a row, but she's never beaten
What about
her.
Konta? I think
She's
Konta's
never even
playing, isn't she?
She's never even taken a set off her. So.
Konta?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw her. She was
Is
playing
she playing?
sometime.
Oh,
I don't know
she
if
might
she played today.
In China, maybe?
She's definitely playing sometime.
No. Don't think so, mate.
Anyway.
No. But anyway, yeah. You got Sakari versus Osaka. That's a pretty good match.
Yeah. Osaka would win that one for me.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sakari's powerful but unpredictable.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Kiki Burtons.
I'm actually going to do something quite brave, and I'm going to tip. I think Su Wu. Su Wu could go far in that tournament.
Who?
Su Wu. Hasai.
She has the potential.
She has the capability.
From Taipei.
And I think her style of tennis is very defensive. With the new season starting, people aren't going to be hitting at their max. I just think she's got a good chance of maybe just causing a bit of an upset.
Possible.
But what do I know? I'm just a tennis podcaster. Actually, I'm an idiot by day, tennis podcaster by night.
That's it. Look down there to the challenger. You can finally talk about that match you wanted to talk about.
What one? Gombos?
No.
Rusevori.
There you go. In Australia, hardcourt challenger. Big match.
Yannick Sinner, Rusevori, 2 of the most hopeful hardcourt players in the game right now.
Incredible players.
Sinner favourite.
Take a look at that form.
Sinner's played better people. However, for me, I hate to say it, he's not played yet this season. And I think that Rusevori can cause a little upset there.
It's possible.
And win. Because this guy is built for the hardcourt season.
If you didn't know about him already, it might have been drawn to your attention during Davis Cup. He actually beat Dominic Thiem in straight sets.
Yeah,
So
wow.
that's how good this guy is. But
Yeah.
Sinner has had quite a lot of scalps. TFO.
Not just that, he's the winner of the,
the
Young
Young-
Gen Cup. He beat ADM in the final, right?
Straight sets.
Yeah, that is something else. The layout, don't get me wrong, is a bit stupid, this 1st to 4 thing, but at the end of the day, you've still got to beat what you've got in front of you, and he still won more games than the other guy, so...
And the standard of competition he's facing is a lot
Excuse
better.
me.
Bless you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Rusevori, the Rus,
The Roos versus the Cinnamon.
both of them
Brilliant match.
on, well,
I think whoever wins that wins the tournament as
Both-
well.
yeah.
I'm going to do a nice little statement there. The winner of this takes the tournament.
Gombos, Klan, another good matchup.
Mm.
Not sure which way this one will go.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, man.
Like, I don't know. Probably I'd edge towards Gombos on hard. Klan, he had quite a good last season little spell, but fell off a little bit towards the end. So if we move down past that, if we move into the New Caledonia Challenger, there's a few interesting matches there as well. We've got the Wolf playing Carbayes Baena.
Yeah, I like the Wolf there. I like the look of that.
You like the Wolf, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got the Steeb versus Bachinga. Steeb is an underdog there, which I'm a bit shocked about.
I don't
that
really
one,
get that. I think the bookies
I'd
got that wrong.
whack on some money on the
Bookies
Steeb.
have got that wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Steeb was just smashing it on hardcore. Another one, Golbis, who did well today.
Not been in the best form, but he seems to start this season well, didn't
And
he?
I'm shocked that he's the favourite against Safwat.
Yeah. that is
And
impressive.
the form Safwat was in before he lost to Rusevori.
I see Safwat winning that one, though.
And he's at 2.2.
Is he, Safwat? Wow, interesting.
So-
I guess it's because they've just seen how well Golbis played in his first match of the year.
Golbis, yeah, beat an informed Martyra. So,
Oh, that's impressive. I think we should wrap it up.
yeah, I think that those are the picks for the those are the picks for the day tomorrow. We'll be back. We'll review how those matches went with a few more little updates on our picks for the Australian Open, which is coming up very soon.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening.
And thank you for watching.
I know you've had a great time, just like us. And remember, subscribe to the...
Game to Love podcast.
I thought we was going to do game...
Oh, okay. Do it again then. So, don't forget to subscribe to the
Game
To
Love.
podcast.
Peace.